took it off. I did notice that.
Yeah, I keep on take it off whenever I go over 65.
Alright, we're live, by the way.
We're live?
We're live now.
Hey.
Like, you recording?
Pressure.
Pressure. No pressure.
Pressure.
Thought you were gonna sing Bruno Mars, but treasure, but pressure.
I haven't listened to new Bruno Mars in fucking forever.
It's okay.
He's an American treasure, man.
He is American.
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
I heard, did he win something on BET? Like the...
I know he performed.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
They
mean,
like
that's
accepted him
literally-
finally over there?
That's all he does is perform,
Yes.
and people still don't accept him.
We claim him.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I
we
didn't
claim
think
him,
anybody
but
claimed him
I don't
at all.
watch the BET Awards, but I'm assuming we claim him.
I mean, does it look like I was left out bad and bougie? Dude, I had to make a post. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that was awesome that you did that.
Like, why not? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
know
see it.
the scene on Joe Dirt where they're like, he's like looking at his old house, and he's like, "Oh man, I used to live here. This is where all the memories are made." And then that random ass dude from all the Adam Sandler movies is like, "Home is where you make it." He was like, "What?"
Not saying how more night.
Yeah, same guy. And so instead of putting the "Home is where you make it" guy, just put the "You think I was left off bad and bougie?"
Left off bad movie.
Bad and bougie. And then what was his name? Adrian Opinski. He like reposted it on his dog's Instagram.
Oh, those little Penskes.
Yeah, this guy's. Those boys are nuts.
Yeah, Greg's my guy.
Yeah, this dude's
Greg's
cool.
my age. He was yeah, we were tight back in the Crookshank days.
Oh shit! Don't get no tighter than middle school.
It doesn't. Unless
That
it's
was a little
tight,
bitty.
toy like a tiger.
It's so hard to remember any middle school. I can't remember that much.
You don't remember that much?
Not too much of it, no.
I remember a lot of fights.
You just block it out, bro.
Maybe.
Craziest
I
fight
had
I
a
ever
good
seen
time
was in
in
middle
middle
school. Brass knuckles and everything. I was
I was
like,
such a fat kid.
holy shit.
See, I wasn't gonna say that because I remember her telling me. So I was like, oh, he's probably just blocking it out because he just wasn't having a good time for me. Since he said
Good
it.
time though.
Nah.
But yeah, I was a fat kid. I don't care.
yeah.
I thought it was cool.
So we're back.
Oh, I put that beer in the fridge, man. That shit was getting warm, man.
I love warm beer.
Shut up.
That's all we drink in North Dakota. We pop them in the oven at 200. About 5 minutes. Nice warm beer.
That bad boy's good to go.
It's 35 below out. That's what you do.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. That's not what you do.
I don't know why, but like Coors Light though, I could drink warm, no problem.
So smooth when it's warm.
Because it's like water.
It is.
It's like warm water.
It's disgusting.
That was loud.
Yeah, it was pretty loud. I
I
apologize.
didn't hear
Yeah,
shit.
especially for you. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, turn me way down.
Yeah, I can control my own. I forgot about that.
Said, I don't need to hear none of that.
Earlier, I was hearing like hair grow, man. I had it hella loud.
You hear ants crawling on the wall.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. I was freaking out, man. It was, I don't know.
So since we last been here, it's been a month.
Damn near a month.
It's been over a month.
I think it's been a little over a month.
What? Since we
But
last did
we're
one?
like episode
It's been like a
3,
year, man.
4, 3.
I don't know. However you want to count.
I don't know. I can't do that. I don't know mathematicals.
I don't know.
It's been a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long
Just
time.
leave it at that.
Yeah.
We got a few
Y'all
people who
been
want to be
busy.
guests. Alvira said he's down. Lucas said he's down. Who else? Pino said he was down.
Yeah, let's get some guests
We
on
need
here.
some guests.
That'd be cool.
But I mean, obviously, you still gotta fix the whole schematics, or I gotta fix the whole schematics.
Yeah,
I'm
you got a young Jamie this bitch, man.
I'm the shitty young Jamie right now.
Nah, you don't have to be young Jamie. You're part of the show, man.
Hey, I'm trying.
You gotta be better.
Yeah, more is required of you is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So step
Expect
up.
a lot more.
I'm a step up.
Good.
Good.
So what's everyone been up to, man?
Not working.
I also
Oh, yeah.
quit my job.
Nice.
No longer a high school teacher.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats, dog.
It's a big move, considering I just bought a car. But
Hey, on to better things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, what have you been up to, man?
Same shit another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing big's changed other than trying to find out shit to do.
That's
Have a
what's
shitload
up.
of vacation time. Just wanted to use it. Been busy as fuck.
Do you have to
in
use your
gym.
vacation time?
Once it max out, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They tell us to
What's
take
the
a vacation.
max?
150 hours.
150 hours. Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Basically, if I stay steady at just taking one vacation day a month, I'm cool. I'm just underneath the max.
Damn.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing to do lately, so I'm trying to find somebody to just like.
How many sick
go off
days
for
do
a
you
while.
get?
How many sick?
Yeah.
24 hours. State law.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
If you don't use them, you lose them.
At least they freaking with or when I used to work at Prime Shine, if you use your sick days, if you like went over, they start to take it out of your vacation days. Yeah, it's like,
Oh, sweet.
who does
We
that?
have that as an option if we get sick and we don't have any more sick days. We use vacation time. But like,
They just take
I
it
don't
out.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a good month. Like, nah, I don't
Yeah.
care. I keep my vacation time.
Yeah, I think I had 10 sick days. I didn't have any vacation time yet as a first year teacher, but you accumulate that. And I had a lot of comp time because when you cover for teachers who are gone, you get comp time, and I was always covering because I was down to have comp time, so I would take a day off and just put it as my comp time, so it's like paid.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid while I'm out drinking or whatever the hell I was doing that day.
That's dope.
Getting high
pretty
mostly.
It must be nice.
It was dope.
Yeah.
I don't know why I quit. Oh yeah, I do know why I quit. Never mind.
Hey Tosh, why'd you quit?
Didn't you quit the last time I talked to you?
I think he was on his. Well, last time I talked to him, he was on his.
Yeah,
pretty much
I don't think
on the process.
I don't think I
of doing
talked
it.
about it on here though. I quit because I don't want to be a teacher my whole life, and I had a lot of fun. It was a great job, but like what I saw from other teachers, I saw teachers who were shitty teachers who have no intention of leaving teaching, and they're just going to be shitty teachers to kids. And like me knowing that this wasn't what I wanted to do, I figured, hey, I'm not going to stay here and see myself get miserable and see myself starting treating kids like shit. And I don't think I'm the type of guy to do that, but I'd rather just, if I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave now, because the longer I stay, the more money I make, the more retirement I have, and then it gets harder, and then that's where you get the people who are miserable. And I mean, I think some of them go into teaching knowing, hey, I'm just going to treat these kids like shit, but it wasn't going to be me. So it wasn't.
I'm gonna fuck these kids
It's like
up.
with all intention in
Yeah,
my heart,
it wasn't
I'm gonna
be
fuck
me.
these kids up.
And like the bureaucratic stuff is, I can pass on that at any time. If they would have just left me and let me work with the kids, and I didn't have to be part of teachers unions and things like
They
that.
like make you mingle and stuff over there.
Yeah. Well, like once you become a teacher, you automatically a part of the teachers union, and they're bitching about pay and stuff. But what other job
Yeah, every
do you get?
job does that.
You get 2 weeks off for Christmas. You get 3 months off in the summer.
You're still getting paid, right?
You had
Yeah.
a good schedule.
Must be nice.
I'm still getting paid right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a teacher. I'm not gonna be back next
Yeah,
year.
I'm paying union dues right now where I'm at, and I don't even get days off for
Yeah.
vacation or anything. It's just whenever
It's
they
like
need
what?
you.
What do you like? I get it. I guess no, I don't get it. I don't. I don't. And like you work half the year. You work September. You work the end of August, September, October, November, half of December, January, February, March, April, May, June. You work what 6 months a year? Not even June. We graduate
Yeah.
June 1st, June
Earliest
2nd.
of the June.
Like, what are you bitching about? I made $46,000 this year, like, or well, mine before taxes, and like, what? I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't do anything.
This is
So
the
what are you
chillest
bitching
year
about?
of my
What-
life so
what are
far.
you
Like, I
bitching
haven't
about?
done shit.
What are you bitching about? I don't get it. So other people who are invested in it, they can go ahead and bitch. I just didn't want to be a part of that stuff. Like,
Hey, if you're not feeling it, I feel you.
and teaching is a hard job.
Oh, for sure.
I really admire the teachers who are super passionate about it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Like a lot of people who know they're gonna be teachers. That's cool. I see it as being cool, but yeah, I know I couldn't do it.
Yeah, like
It's a lot of responsibility on my part. I felt like so.
It depends on what age
Yeah,
I'm
that
teaching,
too.
though, really.
and I always tell people, I'm like, after you get your college degree, I'm like, dude, just sub, man. Like, be a substitute teacher. You go in there
Like,
for a
so
day.
many people I know have been subs in.
Yeah.
And you make $110, $120 a day just subbing.
Yeah.
And there's people who turn that down too, and I'm I'm like, hey, I mean, I guess you know yourself better than I know you. So
I got asked to be a music teacher, and even then, I was just like, nah, I'm a
I
pass.
could see you as a music teacher.
That's what a lot of people were saying too.
Yeah.
That's why they were asking me, but I was like, I don't know. Kind of big responsibilities.
Yeah, nobody wants me around
Yeah,
kids. I never
and
get asked for
you
any of
never-
that shit.
You never know what you're gonna get with kids.
Yeah.
You know, they can be great one day, and then the next day you're dealing with the devil. You know himself. But I mean, that's how life is. And I guess when you're a teenager and when you're young, things are magnified. So what you experience, kind of like it's hard for you to keep your stuff in. Adults, you know, you see adults who are miserable. You see adults who hold their emotions in, but kids can't do that.
They can't
really.
do it at all.
So, you know, we think back to when we were in high school. You know, we all knew each other in high school. And we think we were all right. Like, I think back and I'm like, oh, it's fine. Nah. But, like, looking at it at the adult perspective, like, nah, I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everything happening at home. We've all had things happen in our personal lives. And it reared its head in some way or another in high school, you know. So, yeah. Anyway.
What are you doing now, though?
Matt,
like,
Matt, when are you gonna quit
when am I gonna quit?
your job? We're
Oh,
all
every
quitting.
day I always
Every day?
contemplate that. Every day I contemplate that shit. I'll just be sitting at my desk, just looking at my phone, doing the same shit, like seeing the same people come by.
Are you gonna quit? Or are you gonna do the 2 weeks thing?
Nah, I don't know what the
Like,
fuck.
do you have
I'm
something
still
planned?
just
Like, you're gonna
riding
have
the wave, man.
You have an orchestra come in,
Ah, that'd be cool.
right?
But like, nah, there's nobody there I really hate, so there's no reason for anything like
Okay.
that. But nah, I'm just sick and bored of it all, man. It's the same shit every day for the past I don't know how many years.
And you're in the sales too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like the company I'm with, there's no
No going
up.
up.
You know,
That's always
there's
the
no
hardest
plan
part.
for going up.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks. I always like look at other things. Like I almost accepted my buddy Justin Geyer. You guys know Justin Geyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
JG.
about to leave in a couple weeks actually. Gonna go on a cruise, and he's doing like sales on a cruise ship for like 6 months.
Oh
And
shit.
he told me to look into it. I almost really did it.
What are they selling? Just
His is like think of like travel packages. Like when you
Okay.
go somewhere, do you really know what you're gonna do all the time?
Okay.
Do you have an
So is
exact
it
plan
like-
or itinerary? Like it's kind of what he does.
okay. I was
you
thinking
know?
more timeshare, but
No, like when you get ported somewhere,
Yeah,
you know, like
just
you
things to
it
do.
gives you all
Set
these
schedule.
things, itineraries and everything,
That's
what you're
pretty
gonna be doing when you get there, like activities. So
that's a good hustle right there. I would have.
yo, it really is.
Yeah.
Especially when you're on an expensive cruise ship,
Yeah.
everybody got money already or something.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
about to
easy.
waste this. What are we doing?
Yeah. So I was
And
gonna
then
do the
they
same
can't get
thing,
away.
but I can't.
Yeah.
You could just be persistent,
Yeah.
stopping, whatever, limited space. I like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
But yeah, I can't do it just because like I can't leave my dog, man.
Oh, yeah.
I know I can't leave him.
That's
Yeah,
the
you
hard
can't do
part.
that.
He's got like an
Take-
anxiety thing.
Make him a. What are those? Oh, he has like he can't travel.
No, like I can't take him with me really.
Oh, make
He's
him
like
a,
uncontrollable.
what are those dogs called? I don't know what I'm
Like
gonna
a
say.
service
comfort
dog?
Yeah,
Like-
make him a service dog. He'll go anywhere with you.
He's not controllable though. That's the problem.
When have you?
Yeah, you gotta.
50% of the time, most of the
Nah,
service
man, I
dogs
just gotta
are
give that fool Xanax and that fool chill.
Sneak it in his dog
Dog
food.
Xanax or some special brownies up in his food.
Damn,
That's the only way that fool chills.
that's a chill.
Not that I give that
Hey.
dog Xanax.
That snap you sent me the other day of him in the pool.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
That's one of the only other
chill.
ways he chills too. He just lays in his pool, man.
That's tight. Yeah, you chill.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't leave him. That's the only
Yeah.
problem. So I gotta find something else where I could like, stay in a place where he's around.
Yeah, damn, that's hard.
Yeah. I got offered for a Tesla position, but like I'm pretty sure this dude's bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You really never know.
I don't know. I found this guy on social media and stuff, and like,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's a very legit dude.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted me to do like customer service, like maybe at like a Tesla dealership,
Okay.
and it was like just too much for a move out to like San Bruno.
Yeah. A lot of the guys I was working with, they're working at a refinery out there in Tesla. Like they just
Yeah.
finished doing like the pipelines and stuff over there. It's like, damn, I didn't know they had a refinery too. But
I would love to get in the Tesla company though.
Right.
That's fucking huge
Is
growing
that
company.
Elon Musk's baby?
yeah,
hmm
anything with Tesla on it, that'd be nice just to get your hands in because
Mhm.
you're kind of set for a while.
Yeah. I want to get the roof.
I
You
have
guys
a
seen those
reoccurring-
tiles?
Yeah, those look ridiculous.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're like power savers, right? Pretty much solar.
Oh, it's just like the
Solar-
solar.
Yeah,
what you
they're
got
like
here.
But they're like tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like, you know, inconspicuous of everything. You can't even tell.
It's super
And you
flat.
probably get a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than
Yeah,
you
just
get more
the
coverage.
panels. Yeah.
Yeah, more coverage, more
That
power.
dude's on another level.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, he
Like
is.
what we all think of, but you know, he's actually putting in work
Yeah.
to make it happen.
You guys seen those rockets that recently did a little drop off and came back?
Mm-mm.
They had it was like on RT or something like that. That I saw the video of, you know, where they just came back and it was like a little fast-paced video of it, but landed just perfectly on a barge in the middle of the ocean. They're getting so fucking good at that now. The reusable rockets.
They're reusable.
Yeah, you never looked into that.
And these are designed for outer space.
Yeah, it's designed to be reusable rockets, so that way they'd spend less money on.
I seen
on
the
space
Virgin
travel.
Mobile one that they were doing that Elon Musk was helping out with.
Which one?
I don't know if that's the same one. It's like a Virgin Mobile, but it's like an aircraft.
Virgin Mobile is like no longer like a thing. Like
Well,
company's done.
Well, not
Well,
the actual.
not
it's
the cell
Not the cell phone.
company,
I think it was
but
just
Richard
Virgin.
Branson
Yeah,
Virgin-
is the
Virgin.
Yeah, my bad.
is
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
CEO
didn't
of
mean
Virgin
mobile,
Mobile,
but yeah,
and they're
the
working on
actual-
commercial space flights.
Yeah.
Like
I think,
vacations.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how well that one's
Yeah.
gonna go out there.
but I think he was just doing it as like just another aircraft carrier.
I think it's gonna be Richard Branson, one of his.
Yeah.
One of his.
Hey, he's doing. What is he doing? Underground tunnels too. For
Oh
cars?
yeah, in LA, you guys seen that? That looks crazy.
Joe Rogan doesn't. He doesn't think it's gonna last too long. He said it's gonna collapse.
Yeah, collapse all LA.
Yeah, it's California, San Andreas Fault.
Yeah.
That's probably like the last place you want to start.
Yeah, you got a
digging
lot of
holes.
things to go against.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
start oil fracking in Los Angeles.
right outside Mojave.
Yeah.
I'm so down for California to become an island.
I just hope Merced's on the good side of that.
Well, I hope
Probably
we
not,
float. I
but-
guess if we
I don't know
break
if we'll
off,
make it.
like I don't think we'll float because
No.
like we broke off from the main piece of rock that we were on.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
Yeah, we're like right. dead in the
rocks don't
center.
float on their own.
Yeah.
So.
I'm pretty sure if we broke off, like there'd still be
It's a
like
wrap.
nobody living there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a while.
It's a wrap.
Good.
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 Was it Yellowstone? Isn't that active? That
Oh,
tricks me
hella
out, but that's
active.
active.
Hundreds and hundreds of earthquakes. It's crazy.
Yeah, you can go like I've driven through Yellowstone National Park multiple times. I have to drive through it to go to Montana whenever I go up there, and you can go look at the geysers, and you know, obviously Old Faithful is a huge
Yeah.
attraction and stuff, and it's just like, you know, we're standing around, you know, boiling acid and
Yeah, supposedly
boiling
a
water.
possible super volcano that could
No big
maybe
deal.
explode.
It's beautiful.
At any moment.
And every year, some guy freaking goes and walks out on the. They got these pools, and they're pools of like it's not water, but it's acid, but it looks like water. It's clear, and like it's on like clay, but it looks like dirt. And there's a trail that it's wooden and it's paved, and you're supposed to stay on that. Like every year, some guy goes walking off, and they try to walk out there to where on the geysers field, and they fall in, and it's acid, and they die.
Yeah, it can't recover.
Yeah.
Are they able to get the bodies or are they just
No,
like gone?
they usually don't recover bodies,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
There's just no point
I'd have to
diving
look
in.
up more on it, but I remember last year, actually, when I was in Yellowstone, some guy fell in, and then it was like national news. This fucking guy, just stay on the fucking path.
Another one bites of dust.
Follow rules when it comes to stuff you don't know shit about.
Yeah.
People.
Dude, when we went to Yosemite, I was like at it. This is my first time like actually going on the trail. I'm just gonna follow the trail.
Just
I'm
stay
not
on the
gonna-
trail.
Yeah. Sure enough, we left and some girl got hit by a tree.
Got hit by a tree?
Yeah, the tree
How
fell.
do you? Oh, a tree fell.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did she come out like a Tom and Jerry like thing, like all squished?
An accordion?
Just come walking out.
Dang.
Nah, she actually she passed.
Oh.
Yeah. She was from Madeira, I think.
Oh dang.
Yeah. It's like fuck, that could have been a.
You know that didn't really get my attention until like after the fact. I was on a hike in Muir Woods during a really big storm. Like I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, all that soil erosion, dude. That's,
Yeah, there's a lot of trees that fall
Yeah,
during these
af-
storms. I
we
don't know
went
why I
after-
just went on this huge hike.
Remember when it rained for like, I don't know, for like a week in Merced or just
This
in
last
California?
Yeah.
this spring. This
Yeah,
past
it
spring.
was past spring, and we went like the next, like pretty much when it ended and cleared up is when we went. And I didn't even think about like soil erosion or anything.
Yeah, you know what? I actually talked to one of the rangers over at the Big Basin Park, the hike I went on last week, and we had a good conversation about these winter storms and like because there's the big loop that we're doing is like a 10-mile hike, and there is a lot of detours, and it was because of the trees that fell during the winter storms. And he said the horrible part is that some of these trees fell at a time that we weren't able to get in there like immediately or anything, and there's more storms that came, and these huge trees that fell on the pass get covered by 6 feet of dirt, debris, and everything like that. They're unable to get those trees out there. He said there's no way that that part of that trail is ever going to become anything ever again. So what they're going to do now is basically have to build a plan to make another trail, kind of like on the sides of it all, and then they have to do ecological studies on what could happen to plant and animal life around there.
Damn.
You know, what's the damage that would happen if they have to make this other trail, and then they have to get all these permits to do all this. He's like, it takes well more than a year to get anything started on this whole new trail.
Wow.
That sucks. You can't shut down production.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, not really production, but like, you know, people who want to go out there.
Traction, man.
Yeah.
But there was like at least like 4 detours that were just no longer going to be available anymore.
Shit.
It's like, man, it's sad.
Yeah, when stuff like that happens in places like Montana and it's not in a city or it's not at a national park and it's in the middle of nowhere and you're a farmer and a tree falls on your only road out of your house.
You're
Like,
fucked.
Damn.
dude, yeah. So when I was in North Dakota, there was a huge storm because it just rains in the summer basically, and then it's nice and then it rains. So I was camped out on Peterbop's dad owns a bunch of property, like hundreds of acres out, and I was out there camping in my Jeep, and there was a storm, a lightning storm, and rain and hail, and I was terrified. And so I go to leave the next morning once the storm's over, and there's a fucking 120-foot tree that fell over right on the trail, my only way out. And so I'm parked over here by this river, which is flooding, and I'm like, well, all right, I guess that's where it ends. No, but Pete came with the chainsaw, and we had to lumberjack it out. But that shit took like 2 days. Like my Jeep just stayed parked out there.
That's
like,
crazy.
He was on the other side of the tree, and I just climbed over and got in his truck, and we went back to his house. And I just left my Jeep out there until 2 days to cut down a freaking. And we didn't even cut the main part of the trunk. We're just cutting branches and the top part of the trunk.
Just enough to get your car
The main
through.
part of the trunk is, it was just a cottonwood tree, but 7 feet in diameter. I don't carry it. We don't carry chainsaws like that.
On the regular? You just
No,
have in the back?
No, not at all. They had like your standard, probably like $100 chainsaw you buy at Home Depot.
Yeah.
It was, the blade was. That's it. That's what we had to work
Yeah.
with.
That's a short ass chainsaw then.
Yeah, it was not big at all. I mean, that was. But
Hey, you got it done.
we got it done.
Yeah. That's
Barely.
crazy. That's like every day
Yeah, we were.
scenarios.
And
yeah.
like he was talking about it, like he's like, dude, people out here, like, so we're in California, so there's not very many rural parts of the state, but like if you live in a rural area, you got to be a jack of all trades. 'Cause
Yeah.
if shit goes down
Yeah.
with the weather, you got to know how to fix. You got to be a basic electrician, plumber, lumberjack, in situations like that. Like you got to know a lot of stuff, and it's kind of interesting. I kind of wish I grew up
Out
in
there.
the rural area,
Yeah.
so I would just have a basic knowledge of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just messed up because when people say Merced in California, they think we live in a fucking rural
We
area.
think in rural.
Yeah, they think that already.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think people know the definition of rural. Even people in Merced, like,
Nah.
No.
come out to North Dakota for a week and see what nothing really is. You think we got nothing to do in Merced. We got nothing to do here. You guys have never been to a state with only 300,000 people in it. That's, I think, like on the top half of the bigger states area-wise. And you go anywhere, any way, 40 minutes outside of town, you're not going to run into Fresno. You're not going to run into Modesto. You know what you're going to run into?
Nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
You
Nothing
guys
at
seen
all.
that map
Nothing at
I
all.
saw going around the internet recently of like it had the United States and it was like showing you different colors of where the population really was and where all the like non-livable areas are in the United States. it's like super big compared to where everybody actually lives.
I believe it. California's like that
People
too.
live in like
California's
little
really
tiny
not
spots,
that
all like
big.
super populated, and then there's so many areas that are just nobody.
Nobody.
Especially up north, Northern California, like the real Northern California, where like Eureka's at, it's all fucking trees.
Yeah, there's nothing else going on.
Out there.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just got campers. That's it.
That's where I want to be.
Up north?
No, just where there's no people.
Hey.
Yeah, fuck them.
Off the beaten path, man. Fuck them. Exactly.
Fuck them all.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, I'm not about the populated area. I mean, despite me moving to San Diego this next.
Oh yeah, that's right. Alvaro was telling me about that.
Yeah. What's going on?
Moving to San Diego in August, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like good.
Fun.
For the meantime,
hit up my boy Nate at Rusty.
Are you gonna go room with Nate? Is that what's going on?
Nah, Nate. I think Nate has a girl, right?
Nate has a girl.
Yeah.
And I'm not living with Nate. me, Luca, and Helvi are gonna get placed together. But yeah, it's good.
Oh, Luca's going too? I didn't know Luca was going too.
Yeah, Luca's moving too.
Dang.
And I don't think it's gonna be a shit show. I just don't drink like that anymore. It is gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna stay out there forever. I definitely, like I said, I really don't like populated areas. I really don't like a lot of people. I struggle with. I think I have some sort of anxiety issue with people, and even at Coachella, like for the most part, I was uncomfortable. Yeah. I had a great time, and like overall, the experience was good, but it's too much, man. It's too much.
So I was always turning around, checking up on you, like, "Oh, you good?" You're
yeah,
like, oh,
and I appreciate that, but like. And I think, like, so I did a lot of thinking on my road trip, and I think I have a issue with like caring about people too much. Like, I care about people I don't even know. You know, like
nothing wrong
even at Coachella, like when we're walking somewhere, like I feel like I can't just walk past people and get in people's way, and like that's how people are. Like they're trying to get to the concert, they're trying to get to the show, they're cutting each other off. I can't do that, like because I just care about people too much, and like. I know it sounds soft or whatever, but I don't care.
Sounds pretty soft.
It does sound soft. Yeah. I think it is kind of soft, but that's just how I've always been. I
care about people, but I know when to turn it off.
Yeah,
when I'm in a big crowd like that,
I have a problem with that too. Like sports killed me.
Yeah, because
I
can compete, but I can't
be playing stuff, knock someone down, and then like try to get them up. Like, wait, we're still in the game. Coach is literally yelling at me like. Fucking shoot the ball. Like, who cares if you fail? I'm like trying to pick up the opposing team. Yeah. Even with football too, I felt the same way. But it took me like almost to the end of my senior year to kind of figure out like, all right, I need to be competitive. And just
I can compete.
I don't know. There's a lot of times where I just turn that off. I don't give a fuck about you.
I never competed at a younger age.
Until the very end of it all, then I'll respect you more and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. After it's over, shake hands.
Yeah, I'm like that in competition, like you meant. Just not caring, but like I can't turn that on in real life because I know ultimately we are all in this together. You know, like
like we're the same.
Yeah, like we're the same, and we're all American. And shit, if shit pops off,
I'm not all American.
Well, not all of us. All of us in America.
What's American?
Huh?
Just born in America.
You know what I mean.
I'm just being. Anybody could be American.
Everyone's American, dude. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah. All of them.
No, it's just like we are all in this together, you know, like especially us who are not like world powers and people who are world leaders.
Oh, the other Americans?
No, the other Americans, the European Americans, the Asian, the Russian Americans, you know, those Russian American leaders. No, just like the 1%ers, you know, like they control what happens next, and then we like us as the populace, we're the ones who go to war.
We're suffering,
you know,
from whatever they decide.
You know, Putin and Donald Trump in North Korea, we all start going at it, and World War III starts. They're not walking out there on the battlefield.
I would love it if they would.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my god,
they get way more.
That would pump me up to actually help. You know,
I'd be all about.
We'd be voting a lot
Trump
more
out there.
Yeah, if he goes out in that boxing ring or whatever against Vladimir, I'll fucking go too then, man.
Yeah, he's not George Washington.
Yeah. That was a different style.
Take out that wooden teeth. Sure. There's cool, boy.
Hey, they weren't wooden. They were made by a guy named Wood.
Yeah.
But they were wooden teeth. They're actually made out of like slaves' teeth and horse teeth. Yeah.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Fun fact.
I would not be okay with putting that in my mouth.
It was a different time, man.
Yeah.
Different time.
I'm afraid to go to the dentist
I
now.
don't even think they knew what bacteria was back then.
Dude, I got a buddy who's known since he was 6 years old that he wanted to be a dentist, and he's in dental school in Iowa now.
That's crazy as fuck.
That's crazy.
And that's another thing I noticed about less populated areas. So he's from North Dakota. Also, he's from Hebron, North Dakota, the brick city. Shout out to the brick city, Hebron. They got a brick factory there. They make bricks.
I would have never guessed.
That's literally their snap filter, Hebron, the brick city. Kind of cool. Kind of fucking cool. Yeah. Anyway, he was our.
You just got to be good at basketball.
He was our running back, and
bricks.
I mean, a town of 700 people, maybe. I don't think it was quite 1,000. And I think when you come from somewhere like that, like what you see is very limited, so you know you have very limited options as to what you can do, or you think you have limited options. Because when you're a kid, you don't know about college, you don't know about going away to college, you don't know about that stuff. And I mean, he went to Bismarck, which is an hour and a half down the road, not very far. And
go to what you're accustomed to.
But what you see is so limited, and you're like, oh, these are the jobs people have. We have ranchers, we have mechanics, we have coal miners.
Yeah, you see
we
what's
have people
around.
work at the brick factory.
Hey, coal miners.
And I think, like in his instance, in my boy Adam's instance, I don't think there was a dentist in his town, so they would have to go to the next town, which was like an hour away, to go to the dentist. So like in his head was like, we need a dentist. I want to be a dentist, and so he wants to be a dentist. And like and like I've noticed that even you guys, know Peter Bob, you don't know Peter Bob. Peter Bob's one of my other teammates who's come to California a couple times. He's known he wanted to make beer since he was 10 years old.
That's crazy.
And it's because you have this limited perspective, this limited amount of jobs and opportunities that you see. He's like, well, I can make beer here, so why don't I make beer? And so they get that, and I mean,
it's instilled in their head.
I'm like, so you guys have never wavered on what you wanted to do. And they're like, no. But we grew up in California. I don't know what the hell I want to do.
Yeah, there's so many things that you could do to where
I came from Berkeley, California. I see all types of crazy shit, and you just don't know. Like, and I think that's kind of an interesting thing about those areas as well, and that's where you get a lot of people who are very driven towards one thing and very determined. You kind of hear that they're from a smaller area, more rural area, and I kind of envy that. So,
there's always something to envy from different parts of.
I'd much rather just have to go out and get a kill for the day and come back and then cook food for the family and fuck the woman and go back the next day and do it all again. Rather live that simple lifestyle.
Which one? Which woman?
Whoever, whoever's happy with what I caught. I don't know.
Female goat.
You, come here. Mirror.
Yeah. There's too much going on here, man. I never know what I want to do.
Yeah, it's just
has advantages and disadvantages.
We've got options, and I just think that's where you got to be disciplined and just focus up and write it down. Everything I've ever heard is write it down.
I've been hearing that a lot lately, actually.
Yeah.
No.
Write shit down.
I have like 5 different journals that I've started that I've never finished any of them. Not one.
Yeah, I've got one that's about a year old, but I've started writing in it quite a bit lately.
Is it more of a journal, or is it kind of more?
It's
goals?
not really a journal. It's like I'll journal in there, and I'll write notes of a scientific podcast I listen to. I study a lot of philosophy, so I'll write notes on that, and I'll write notes on working out and exercising there. So it is a journal, but it's not just I'm writing paragraphs. There's times where I'm doing bullet points. I'm doing notes like I'm in a classroom. So I think you just adjust for what you're doing. And I thought I would need different notebooks to do that. Then I realized that'd just be too much. So I just put it all in one, and I'm gonna have this one, and when I finish this one, I'll get another one. I'll do the same thing. And I mean, it's my notes, so I'll be able to decipher it and organize it. Like, it doesn't need to be. I don't need my bullet point journal.
You should remind me. I'm a huge mess, actually. I have the exact same thing that I do, but I always like just chilling by myself in my backyard, hanging out with my dog and doing all this shit. And when I have to write something down, I do it on whatever I can find.
Right.
So I have like piles of notes written on paper bags that I use to go like pick up the dog poop with. I just find a paper bag like laying on a shelf and I grab it and I start writing on it and then I have to keep it then. So like in my like closet, there's like I don't know like 20 paper bags and they just have hella stuff written on them.
Hella dog shit.
No dog shit's in it though.
It's like I always tear that side off.
Yeah.
I just
Wipe that part off. Put it in the sun for a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. Just scrape it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where all my notes are instead of actual like paper and books. I don't know why.
Nice. Yeah, I have notes, but yeah, not to that extent. I have way too many notebooks just laying around, collecting dust. Yeah. But not to that extent where I'm writing bullet points or anything. They're mostly just like thoughts.
Yeah. There's one that always gets me thinking online. He does a video series, Shots of Awe. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
No? I forget the fucking guy's name. He has a video series and he just goes into these crazy good flows of just his own thoughts. And they're about, whether it be about love or futurism or just the melancholy of certain things, and it's really interesting. But he's like a video DJ at the same time because these videos that he puts on are just like they're so interesting looking and everything.
What,
yeah,
is it going with what he's talking about?
Yeah, and
okay.
he's just
like
he's just talking like in a park or by the ocean or something like that. And he's just flowing with it. He's not reading off of anything. He's just going off the top of his head. But it's so interesting what he speaks about. And then, like, after listening to something like that, it gets all my creative flow going, too. And that's when I start just jotting down notes and everything.
Isn't that weird how it takes creative people to make people creative?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like sparks.
Or weed.
Yeah, that too.
Weed's dope, dude.
Somebody created. Some creative person created that.
Dope is dope.
Dope is so dope.
Gotta love dope, though.
Gotta love that dope.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Bathroom time?
Tyler's gonna take a shit.
Taking a shit.
Hey, come back.
So what's good, man? Any new plans coming up soon?
Not that I know of. I mean, I've just been chilling like this past week and a half. I've been off, kind of on call, I guess you would say.
It's nice having a break though.
Oh yeah, definitely nice having a break. Working fucking 6-10s throughout the week was terrible. I missed my 4-10s.
Where was it at?
I was in Benicia. Or Martinez. My bad. Benicia is actually past the bridge. I was right before the bridge.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me. So yeah, I was in Martinez and I was like staying in a hotel out there like 6 days out of the week. Then I just come back on Sunday, wash my clothes, and pretty much do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was.
Your snaps are pretty interesting though, man.
Oh, just like at the refineries.
Yeah.
Just doing stupid shit.
You're working in some tight spaces.
Though. Oh yeah, it's always confined spaces out there.
Yeah, man.
Like
I can't do that. I
didn't think I'd be able to do it either. Very claustrophobic. I don't even like roller coasters, dude. Just being like
you don't like
strapped
roller
in it.
coasters?
Oh, I fucking hate roller coasters.
I love them, man.
It's not too much the. Okay, so like I've always been motion sickness. Like I'll go on a swing, but like if I'm on there too long,
You get motion sickness?
yeah, like I can just feel it in my stomach and like in my head. So like I was like, yeah, I gotta get out.
I was just thinking about it.
Dude, motion sickness isn't real.
It is. It is, man.
I'm joking. My
Don't
mom
make me
actually
cry,
gets,
bro.
My mom actually gets super motion sick.
Yeah, so I have to take.
So like you can't go on a windy road though, right?
I can do windy roads.
Yeah.
They're not too bad, especially
Because there's
but the elevation kind of kills me.
15-mile one or so
It's
by
going up.
by the hike I went to,
Mhm.
and it's just straight like this.
Oh,
the
it'll
whole
get to me
time.
after a while.
Yeah.
That's why like I want a motorcycle, but at the same time I can't really
Oh.
do too much. Like I'd probably have to get like a cruiser or something. Cause
Yeah,
being able to lean
I don't
and
even know how
doing
to
all
ride a
that,
motorcycle, honestly.
it's not that bad. It's not too different from
Is
a
it,
car.
is it like riding a bike? It's
Yeah.
not like riding a bike.
It's like riding a geared bike for the most part. I mean, you just
I
gotta
don't,
use
I
your
don't know
feet.
shit about gears. That's my problem, bro. I never looked into
It's not that hard.
It's
You just
not
listen
hard.
to the motor, bro.
it. I'm an
It's-
automatic. Kinda
It's
guy.
really all on you how fast you want to go. Like you don't have to go fast, but if you want to, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bike at some point.
Yeah, I want to get a Harley.
Not sure when.
See, I have a problem. When I start to go fast, I start to really enjoy it, and I'll just keep fucking
Oh, yeah.
going faster and faster.
But when other people are driving faster in
That's
the
what
car,
led to
you're
your,
like,
crystal meth addiction.
Yeah.
Matt's
That was
never
rough.
been addicted to crystal meth.
I know. I basically
seems
kind of
like
was. I was on
crystal.
Adderall for a while. That's
that's the same thing.
basically the same thing.
Speed. Is it speed?
Adderall is synthetic meth, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and they give that to children.
Yeah, they do.
It's fucked up.
Tons of it. But yeah, that was the hardest thing to stop.
Adderall?
Actually, yeah.
Was it?
I
really?
never tried it.
I did it once, my senior year of high school for
Did it?
a trigonometry final.
Does it help?
It helps if you know what you gotta do. When
Yeah, if you know what to do.
Okay.
So
Just focus.
for the people who
That's
actually
why people are taking Adderall to
for the
focus.
people who actually need it, I think it does do its job. For the
Okay.
people like us
Yeah.
who don't need it,
I'm definitely one of those people.
when I
that
took
need
it, I studied for my final for 2 hours, like I said I would, and I think I got everything I needed out of that. And then I was super focused. But whatever you choose to focus on is what you're gonna focus on. And I was reading a book at the time, I was in the first chapter, and I finished this whole 7-page book or 700
7-page book.
7
Wow.
pages.
Good job.
Seven
What a big boy.
pages. Wow.
It was The Very Hungry Caterpillar. It's a classic. Some of you may have heard of it.
It was some big pages.
They were
very
big
big
pages. One sentence per page. It was big. 700 pages book. It was.
I don't know if you know this, but there's 1,000 words in one picture or so. So
Yeah, it makes
There's a lot of
sense,
pictures in that
There's
book.
A lot of pictures. A lot of words.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man. We expect a lot from our kids. No, I read a 730 something page book when I was in the first chapter. Probably I was 50 pages in, and I read it all that night.
Jesus
And
Christ! Is
so
it really that intense?
Yeah, so I took it pretty much right after school, and I studied from 3 to 5, and then from 5 to maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, I was reading that book, and that's all I did. I didn't eat that day. I didn't drink anything. I didn't go to the bathroom. I didn't do anything.
see, I was totally normal on it. It made me just a normal person at times. I would take 70 milligrams a day.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
throughout the day, and I would be able
Yeah.
to still sleep regularly and everything.
It
too.
makes me feel like what a horse feels like with blinders on.
Yeah.
When
I
you're in
was
a
just
race.
But I tell you what though, I feel. Then I thought that was normal because I was being told that a lot.
Right.
But when I got off of it, I felt like the regular Matt again.
Okay.
I was spontaneous, outgoing kind of feel again. Before, I was just so
Just
to
dull.
myself to where I was just focused on little things here and there, and I just kept quiet, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Noticing getting off of it, how everything was changing. I was
See, I've
like,
never been
"Fuck."
prescribed anything like that, so I wouldn't know how it felt. But I always get brief descriptions, and they're pretty similar like that.
Yeah,
When they actually get off of it and kind of lean away.
yeah. The way you live just changes.
Yeah.
And
You feel like you're back to yourself.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
that's good.
Which is good and a bad thing because I'm a little crazy at times. Found that out from an ex of mine when we started talking, and she was telling me how crazy I was. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know.
Yeah, you might be right.
My bad. I guess that's true. Well, I did do that.
Hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah, I'm pretty crazy. For sure.
She was talking about the time that I was at Coachella. I was like, oh, I guess I was trying to do all that. I guess I did. Okay. Sauce, you gotta get some new shoes, man. We gotta get you some fat tires.
Dude, I'm all about the minimalist, the minimal shoe. I don't like a lot
You're
of
all about
orange.
taking shoes from a trash can and putting them on?
Yeah, if they're my
The
size,
clothes are,
absolutely.
So you're all about Yeezys, is what you're telling us?
No.
You know-
That's too much. That's too much heel, man. I'm talking flat, zero drop shoes that
Oh, okay.
it's kind of on your foot, the minimum amount of protection on your foot. I actually want to get some of those
The Kobe's are pretty much damn near
those-
minimal protection.
those toe shoes.
You want some
Okay.
Byroms?
Is that what they're called?
Byroms are the more popular ones, yeah.
Yeah. I want something like that, so where I'm basically walking barefoot with a piece of silicone between
Nice.
me
Anything
and
to
the
stay
ground.
I
comfortable.
don't like it.
I like the strength. My
I don't
feet
know
will-
how I do with the toes though, like that too.
Yeah, I don't think my feet will fit in the toes, so I gotta.
Yeah, you gotta get them very custom made.
I gotta get a pair of those that are just regular shoes, but they're still the same concept, just nothing going on between you and the ground. But yeah,
I heard those are pretty good for you though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I really like the strength development I get in
Yeah.
my feet, and I've felt it. I've been probably wearing Vans pretty much probably since consistently anyway, probably since December. And it was hard at first. My feet would get sore, and by the end of the day, I'd be tired. But now it's
Yeah, you just get used
Nothing,
to it.
you know.
I remember I used to skate in Vans.
And I'll still throw my Nikes on every now and again, and then I feel like I'm like walking on clouds. But
That's what I feel like when these fat tires, man.
then I start feeling
Oh,
like
yeah?
how they affect
I can't take them off.
my hip alignment and stuff, and I feel like I'll start hearing pops in like my hips and stuff when I wear my Nikes.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. And then when I take them back off and I'm either barefoot or I'm wearing my Vans or something flat.
Are you just walking different?
I walk different.
I would think so,
I
just
run
from the
different.
shoes.
I do a lot of. I'll go to the college and go on the grass and do barefoot running. And it helps keep you, keeps you upright and
Yeah.
keeps your posture right and your foot straight right.
Delivery.
Oh, okay.
You ordered pizza or something?
Someone here for?
No, somebody literally dropped something off and ran.
Yeah, I'll grab it. That might be my Crash Bandicoot game, dude.
Oh shit! Crash.
Looks like we're going to the house. I'm so jealous that he has Crash Bandicoot and I didn't get it yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much good games dropping this year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's the UPS man,
No, that was a post office.
post office. There's this funny ass video of these guys.
Looks like a blow up doll actually.
Blow up doll. Damn it, Taj. Damn it, Taj. Now there's a funny video on YouTube, and it's like you never see the UPS man unless he needs you to sign something. But like, they literally get a knock on the door and they look, and like they just see like a guy just taking off.
Yeah.
So they like go to like chase him. It's like a whole video about it.
No,
about
they
the
are
UPS
quick,
man.
though.
Yeah, they're quick as fuck.
Quick as fuck. And then like my guy that drops it off at my house, he's quick as fuck. But
I've
like,
never seen my UPS guy.
but the
literally
thing is,
go
though, I
ring the
see him,
doorbell.
and then he's just sitting in his car like texting.
Really?
For a long ass time, but
Mine
like,
just
I don't
rings the
know how he
doorbell,
does
I'll
it from
open it and
the
I'll
door to his car, but it's like in a flash. But then like I just see him in his car forever, just texting. I'm like, how quick?
Probably has like a selfie stick, but like for boxes, and just like puts it out there and drops it off, and then it has a finger for the button for your.
You guys ever see the videos of like delivery men who just like, I don't know, they hate their jobs or whatever, and they're throwing people's big screen TVs
Hell yeah.
like over like their gated house.
Yeah.
And, like, they're like drop kicking the boxes once they put them on the porch and things like.
Christ.
Dude, those videos are hilarious. Like,
They're getting fired for sure.
hey folks, if you don't like your job, you should probably just quit your
quit.
job
Just quit.
because this is America and there's plenty of jobs around.
Yeah.
And there's a shittier job you can do, or there's a better job you
Yeah,
can do.
don't let
But
Trump say.
It's all predicated
There's no jobs
on
out
the
there.
work you choose to put in. So don't kick my fucking package. Just quit your job.
It's fucking Crash Bandicoot.
Let,
don't do that.
Let some college kid, who's working it for the summer, drop it off. He'll be fine. I'm sure. I don't
You're
think he'll
probably
kick it.
high.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if he's
Let him
stoned, I
deliver
don't
the
care.
package.
Let him drive the UPS truck stoned. I don't care. Just don't kick my shit. You didn't pay for it. I'm trusting you.
The one delivery people I always make sure I always treat very well is pizza delivery people.
Yeah.
They're the ones that control the food from there and there, and like if I gotta order again from there and I'm not tipping this dude, he knows where I live.
Yeah.
He's gonna
I
do
had a
something with fucking
teammate-
pizza.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go.
Oh no, I was just funny story about pizza delivery guys. I had a teammate who worked for Domino's out there in North Dakota, and we get a few calls from rural North Dakota. So Bismarck had 2 rural cities that were pretty close. Our college was 6 miles outside of town. There was a city between Bismarck and our college called Lincoln, and it was rural. And in rural cities in North Dakota anyway, you don't have to pay state tax or anything like that. You don't pay property taxes, shit like that. But we get calls from there, and like Bismarck's close enough. 3 miles is not far to deliver a pizza. But like, there's no sidewalks. There's no really, you don't see street signs usually. So finding these people's houses is just like, oh, there it is. And so you get a call from out there, and they'd say the address, and then he's driving around Lincoln. Google Maps doesn't, you use Google Maps in a rural city in North Dakota, you're not getting jack shit back from it. So he's driving around, can't find it. They call and they're cussing him out. Oh, you're a fucking idiot, blah, blah, blah. And he just went home and ate their pizza. Like, he just took it home. Oh, no, I never delivered it. And he went back to Domino's and clocked out. I mean, and it could have been way worse. If he was a dickhead, he could have spit on it, licked it, or whatever. And I don't.
You don't fuck with people that have to fuck with your food.
People who treat
I
people
never
bad in general just
Grind your gears?
like without any like causal for their
Yeah.
shitty behavior. I think they just have an issue with, like, they become power hungry even in a small setting. So
Yeah.
like, I'm superior to a pizza guy, so I'm gonna treat him like a fucking shit because.
Yeah,
I get that all the time
and
at
it's,
work.
and it's subconscious. I think it's subconscious
Were
for
you
a lot
right
of
here?
people.
Really?
Yeah,
How?
old guys, really old white guys
see
that
that.
have a lot of money. They come in there. Listen, kid, I don't have to hear you do this or whatever. I know because I've done this before and blah blah blah. blah.
Yeah,
I'm
people.
like,
But I work here.
yeah.
People want to be powerful, man.
Yeah.
But
I love it because too they go by age a lot too. Like if they're a lot older than you, they already just have a little disrespect for you because they
Yeah.
think they know so much more.
Yeah, I got treated like a fucking wild animal when I was working for a moving company for a couple years during college. You know, moving companies are expensive. They charge you per man. So if you ask for 3 men from the moving company, they're charging you $20 an hour per man. So they're paying, $60 an hour for us altogether, plus then the fee for the truck and all that stuff. I don't know how that stuff works, but it's expensive. So we work for a lot of wealthy people, and you're just the scum of the earth. But then, I'm moving your fucking
Your furniture, your
Yeah.
goods.
yeah, and it was like a joke, like this lady with this mirror made of wood, and like not the mirror was the wood, and the mirror was the mirror,
That was
but the
really
frame
cool.
was
Yeah,
wooden.
that would.
Yeah, it was like custom made. And, that costs $1,200. You be careful with it. And I'm like, I didn't come here to drop your stuff on purpose,
Yeah,
lady.
like-
Like I'm gonna pad it up.
Yeah.
We're padding everything up. We're covering it up as I'm carrying it. Oh, that costs $1,200. You be careful, ma'am. I didn't come here to bump
Yeah.
into your walls and put holes in walls and
Like, I
drop
came here
your
to work
drop
and
your
do the
mirror.
best of my
Like,
abilities.
I don't need you to tell me how much everything costs as I'm carrying it.
Right.
Like, because for one, I don't care. And for two, like, I know what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how wealthy you are.
Like,
I
my
mean,
job is to be careful.
and I
Yeah.
get it.
Like, don't tell me to look
I
careful.
didn't look like I was in college when I was in college. I
Right.
damn sure don't. I look old, but like, don't fucking. But I guess that's just people.
I would say this though: the people that, no offense to the guys that were there, but like the guys that work for like Sears and something like that, and they got to deliver like the washers and dryers and the fridges and shit, do a horrible job.
Yeah.
Every single time that we've always gotten stuff delivered,
Really?
they've always fucked something up.
Yeah, and it's things like
Because
that.
I look at them, man, they don't care about shit though.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you even working here?
Yeah, I think it's things like that. So people see things like that happen, and they got a shitty Sears guy, and then they come back and they got movers. So I'm gonna treat these guys like shit because this is a similar job. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna these guys are shitty. I'm gonna assume these guys are gonna be shitty.
Yeah.
And then all it is a lot of bias and
Yeah.
prejudice
Oh, yeah.
in different forms in pretty much all walks of
Yeah.
life, and it's kind of frustrating. Like, you can't just go, like, in your mind, if you just slow it down and go, hey, these Sears guys were shitty. Like, they didn't even want to hook up my washer and dryer, even though that's part of the delivery.
Part of the job, yeah.
I better not treat these next set of Sears guys or these next set of Walmart guys or whatever 5 years down the road when I get a new refrigerator.
Yeah.
I should not treat them like shit. But most of the time, I'm going to be a
Yeah.
dick to them because
They already have
of
that
this
impression
learned
in their
experience.
head.
And
Yeah.
that's how the human brain works.
Yeah.
You experience something, you learn it, and all right,
Yeah,
this
you
is
just
how this
go
went,
by
this
what
is how I'm
happened.
going to fix
Yeah.
it the next time. And
That's how we know anything, really,
Yeah.
just from experience.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
We go with what we know.
yeah. It's dumb.
That was kind of weird. That was kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. You guys ever have $1 million ideas?
All the time.
All the time.
And I Google it, and someone
All the time.
fucking did
I just
it.
had one last night talking to somebody on like Instagram Live. What do you call it? Making an emoji dictionary.
That'd be pretty sick. Yeah.
Because personally, there's some emojis that I still don't know what the fuck
way
they
too
mean.
many
Yeah.
BuzzFeed articles explaining what emojis are, bro. They beat you to
But
it.
like, no,
No,
like,
just
like,
the
a,
ones that are
make
inexplainable.
make a legit,
Yeah.
like
Like you use
Like a
this
Webster.
for
like a
this.
like a
Yeah.
a legit like Webster's type of
Yeah,
dictionary.
you better trademark it right
It's
now.
basically like a hieroglyph of today, you know?
Yeah. Because people aren't good. Well, they'll probably know what the.
Like they
the
already have that
fucking-
emoji
the
movie
eggplant.
coming out, or
Oh, yeah, I
already
seen
came
that.
out.
Yeah.
There's a emoji movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't seen the previews?
I don't want
Actually, you know what?
It looks not that bad.
It doesn't look
I
bad.
don't want to hear it.
I mean, there's probably Adam Sandler movies that are gonna be worse than
I
that.
don't believe it.
Yeah.
No offense.
It reminds me of you see that movie Inside Out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me like that.
Yeah,
I don't think
basically
it's not DreamWorks though, but it's similar.
Yeah, I don't know who's putting it
Similar
together.
to
It's a
that.
comedy though. It's like
Yeah.
kind of a vulgar comedy in some little sense of it.
I think there's like a few comedians in there,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
because they you know they got the shit emoji,
Yeah.
making its little
Making his comments,
here and there.
his entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks okay. I probably won't see it until it comes.
Yeah,
on
when
TV.
it's on Netflix or something.
Anybody watch the Tupac movie?
Hell yeah, I was for the premiere before.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're Tupac.
This
man. You're a
guy's
big
got
Tupac
Thug Life
fan.
tattooed on his arm,
Man,
dude.
Hell
is
yeah.
it good?
It's alright. It's
Oh,
made
oh.
for the person that's not a Tupacologist
Okay.
like myself, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Somebody that
That's
doesn't
what I
really
kinda
know
figured.
much about him.
That's what I figured.
It's all a
'Cause the
snapshot of
way
his life.
people were comparing it more to NWA when they should have been comparing it more to Notorious.
Even then.
Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, I'm just that's just my perspective because a lot of people were talking shit, putting it on the same aspects of NWA.
Hey, there's
It's like,
an
if it was the same
Outkast.
director, then yeah, but it's not even the same
Yeah.
director. So
But also
Don't
the
put it on the same
NWA
pedestal.
too, like they could have went this type of like I guess you could say detailed story as that as like the presence of what they did as
there's
an
so
impact
much
on
with Tupac,
the culture.
though, man, to just cram into an
Yeah.
hour and a half.
Yeah,
hour
because
45.
Tupac also had an impact on a lot of the culture and everything
Yeah.
going on with the gang violence.
Did they even in the beginning of the movie? Did they even start with Tupac or did they start with his mom?
They did start with him. They
See,
did out in
That's why I
prison.
feel like they already fucked up.
They started because it's basically like it's
There's a lot
a
of
story
flashbacks?
of Pac talking about himself. really,
Okay.
Through his eyes.
Okay.
You know, it's about one of the like
Is
the,
it about the
interviews
interview?
that he had in
okay.
prison.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that's kind of how it's put together, but it goes all the way to the part till he dies. You know,
Damn.
but it doesn't even go to the part where he dies. It goes to the part where he gets shot in Vegas, and that's it. Like that's another bad part that I don't like either. Like, why don't you go all the way to the death and then see like
The
how people
impact.
came out and like how he
Yeah.
impacted everybody.
Just
You
like
know,
Notorious.
yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, they could have done so much better.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
I still gotta watch it again. I
Okay.
gotta watch it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a
I respect
light
it.
like 7 maybe right now.
Okay.
But that's
I can watch
don't
that.
know.
I can watch a 7.
The
It's
the
not
House of Blues
criticism.
performance they did though, and I watched the interview on how they put it together. It was fucking dope.
It was dope.
It was really
Okay.
dope. They mirrored it on what Tupac's world tour was supposed to look like,
Okay.
and like I guess the whole crowd too. There was no rehearsal for that little concert. They put on basically a full concert for them, and they had no rehearsal. They did not know how it was gonna go. They just kind of knew that there were gonna be extras for this like Tupac type of movie feature thing, and then they did a full on concert for them.
Damn.
They had, I guess, guys in the audience hugging each other, crying because everything was so real, and like even like the director and everything had to stop and like go off in the corner and like this shit's way too much because he looks just like Pac,
Yeah.
and the way he was performing was just like him too.
That's
It's
crazy.
fucking trip, man.
That dude is like a regular guy too, right? They
Yeah.
like pulled him.
You know the story about him, his dad.
Mm-mm.
So his dad helped produce one of the tracks for Tupac. Yeah, his dad was a producer on Death Row, and like he has a story about that, and it's really funny because a lot of people talk about it. Like, are you sure that's your dad? Like, you sure your mom's never hung out with Pac before? Because you look a lot like Tupac, bro.
I think your dad might not be your dad.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be pretty crazy. You'd be like, hey, we gotta do that movie over again.
They're supposed to
I
be
didn't
working
respect
on
my pops, right?
an Outkast biopic.
That'd be cool.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, I don't
Really
think
cool.
I don't think I want to see it if Outkast and Big Boy aren't a part of the biopic being made though.
Yeah.
I heard for the
they're
Pac
they're
one.
alive and well. So,
Yeah, you gotta do that right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I heard on the
me-
Pac one, Snoop was voiced over in there, in the Pac movie.
What about it?
They voiced Snoop's voice in there. Like the guy who played Snoop, that wasn't his voice.
Man, they had a horrible guy playing Snoop, man. Like,
Yeah.
I wish they pulled the guy from the Straight Outta Compton movie.
Yeah.
That's what they needed.
I think that's where the conflict was. A lot of people were like, they should have used.
Yeah, they needed a better actor for
him.
him.
Yeah.
And they didn't even portray all of the outlaws in there either. That was another problem. They didn't have Young Noble in there. I thought that was kind of disrespectful. I don't know. And like, there was so much missing from it, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't fit it all
Even
into
the
that.
Jada thing. her
Yeah, that was
perspective on it
hardly
was-
put. Yeah, by her, she
Yeah.
did not like that.
Yeah, at all. Like you would think, hey,
She
maybe I
smashed
should get
Tupac in real life
permission.
or what?
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure,
you got it.
but just the story that was in the
It's
movie.
gotta happen.
How was it in
They-
the movie? She didn't smash Tupac, or she did?
They and she's never admitted to anything like that either, you know. But like everybody kind of
Was
presumed
Marlon
that
Wayans
it
in the
happened.
movie?
Who?
Marlon Wayans make the movie?
I don't know. I don't think.
Because I know
can
him and
think of
Marlon
it.
were pretty tight.
No, I don't think so. There wasn't that very many big roles like that in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
They fucked up.
Yeah, man, they kind of
They
did.
fucked up.
They kind of did. I thought they were gonna put 8480 in there too because like he was,
there was no Bay. I
out
heard
in
there was
Oakland.
no Bay Area in there.
They
really too
they
much.
they did a weird little thing of that too, like the timeline of that. I was tripping off of that too, like for him in Marin County and then Oakland, they kind of flip flopped for a second. It was weird.
I'm gonna have to go see it though.
Yeah.
So I can't be too much of a critic. I haven't even seen it yet. So
It's cool little reenactment, little pieces they did of him though,
okay.
like him in the underground.
Okay.
Reenact little parts of him, and that'd be cool.
His little background dancing days.
Yeah. But yeah, they didn't do the correct start of him though, getting there. They kind of just little flashes here and there. I didn't like that.
There'll probably be another one. I'm sure.
He admits to saying that he's not going to do another one, and then you got
No, I mean someone else will make one. They'll probably get the rights to it. It'll probably be a while, but someone will
yeah.
get the rights to it.
Some people wanted John Singleton to do his story of it. I don't like him though, so I don't know how. That's
You don't
gonna
like
be.
John Singleton?
There was words of him trying to put Tupac getting raped in prison. That's what he wanted to put in the movie, and other stupid ass shit like that. So that's why it took like 7 years for that movie to actually come to fruition on it all. So
Yeah, who knows, man.
yeah,
Interesting.
there's still supposed
Let
to
Michael
be
Bay
like hella
shoot.
tracks out there, but not released yet too.
I believe it. That'd be crazy if there was just a random
Some
ass-
rich person.
Yeah, some rich person has their hands on it. Who's that guy?
It's not even, man.
Michael
It's-
Skrelly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Martin Shkreli. He
Martin
has that.
Shkreli.
Yeah,
You-
that
The Wu Tang.
Wu Tang album.
You guys hear some of it? He did.
No, he streamed it, right?
He streamed a little bit of it. Yeah.
I didn't want to listen to it. I was like, I respect.
It
I
was
respect
dope.
the Tang, man.
No, it was dope. It's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah. But he only put a little bit out on the stream.
yeah. That dude's on a whole nother level.
Yeah. But no, with the Tupac track, so Suge Knight's a crazy ass motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
out in Michigan, there was like a storage locker that they found too, that had hella death row files and records and everything on the books of like the interactions in the studios and everything like that. That I guess he's hidden a lot of the things that Death Row had.
God damn.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'll be right back. The little one's here.
a little
We'll
one.
pick up the little one.
Okay.
A big little one.
Well, what are we sitting at right now?
We're sitting at a good. It says 2 hours, but I think it's just an hour. Who
Okay.
knows? Who really knows?
Fuck the Africa time.
Hey, I don't know. I know nothing. It might be 2 hours.
Wrap it up.
Huh?
I mean, we could probably wrap it up. Aria's gonna be here.
Yeah. Where's April?
At the house? Oh no, she was at a work party today.
Oh, she works?
Yeah, she works for Fresno Pacific. Can you give me a beer, please?
Yeah. What beer you want?
Surprise me. One of yours, actually.
Yeah, I want to try one of these ones. Really cool.
Give me a beer and give me a couple of them stars. Don't worry about nothing. It's my terrible Joey Diaz impersonation.
Joey. I want to see Joey live. See that energy.
Yeah, dude, he's one of a kind.
So are we ever gonna even post that first one?
We need to start posting them. We can post this as the first one. Nah, let's post them all because
Yeah.
we got to get it out there.
Yeah.
As we get better. I'm glad we kind of know what we're gonna be doing for the next one. So, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to run it by you to make sure that it was okay if you guys didn't give me too much feedback on it. But I said he liked the idea.
Yeah.
I mean, and it could change. So I'm totally okay with it changing. It's just something I thought of. So
I want to figure it out on my own as well too, but
yeah.
I think it's just my computer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to invest in a nicer computer.
Hey, it's a nice computer, okay?
I don't believe it. Prove it.
What's going down? Oh, here she comes.
Hey.
Her favorite. Hey, that's a table.
What's up?
She came to destroy.
How's Grandma doing?
She has no words.
Good.
I think we literally did hit 2 hours.
Aria's got something to say. Go ahead.
Come on, Ice Cube. I got something to say.
I was an Ice Cube on the way over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
We were saying we could probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Oh yeah, she's probably
Unless you want to freestyle.